Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Karina Garcia. President Biden is calling for unity in the wake of Saturday's assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. The president delivered remarks at the White House today with Vice President Kamala Harris, Attorney General Merrick Garland, and Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. The president's remarks come ahead of an Oval Office address later this evening at 7, promising to share more information with America. In brief remarks from the Roosevelt Room, the president once again condemning the violence.
Good afternoon. Last night, I spoke with Donald Trump. I'm sincerely grateful that he's doing well and recovering, and we had a short but good conversation. Jill and I are keeping him and his family in our prayers. We also extend our deepest condolences to the family of the victim who was killed. He was a father. He was protecting his family from the bullets that were being fired.
President Biden will no longer travel to Texas for a Monday visit. He had previously planned to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act during a visit to the LBJ Presidential Library in Austin. And now the suspect in the Trump rally shooting has been identified. Sources say early indications are the shooter acted as a lone wolf, but the investigation is ongoing. And meanwhile, authorities have identified the spectator who was killed when gunfire erupted.
Investigators closing in on a neighborhood south of Pittsburgh as they dive deeper into the man authorities say opened fire at a rally of former President Trump in Pennsylvania.
We had what we're calling an assassination attempt against our former president, Donald Trump.
The FBI using DNA and biometrics to identify the suspect as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Seen in this screenshot, investigators confirming to ABC News they believe it shows the suspect receiving his diploma, the image now part of their probe. Several former classmates describe him as quiet and very smart. Two former members of the school's rifle club say he was interested in joining but was rejected because he was, quote, a bad shot. An administrator at Bethel Park Skilled Nursing and Rehab Center confirming to ABC News that Crooks worked there as a dietary aide and that they had no concerns about him. The day of the attack, authorities say the suspect was neutralized by a Secret Service counter sniper. Law enforcement sources tell ABC News the early evidence points to the shooter being a lone wolf gunman.
And they're searching to see if the shooter had any social media presence, and if so, whether there were any indications of violence or extremism. We're told he's a registered Republican, and as of yet, there's no signs of an extensive criminal background.
Investigators searching the suspect's home and car, saying they found what appears to be explosives in his car. The shooter allegedly used an AR-15 style rifle, which, according to multiple law enforcement sources, was purchased legally by his father. And as the FBI investigates the attempted assassination plot, Pennsylvania State Police are investigating the murder of an innocent spectator at the rally. Husband and father of two, 50-year-old Corey Comparator, his family posting tributes online after his death. Today, he's being called a hero.
He was protecting his family from the bullets that were being fired, and he lost his life. God love him.
Two other people were injured, both now in stable condition.
Need to take down the temperature and rise above the hateful rhetoric that exists and search for a better, brighter future for this nation.
Alex Perche, ABC News, Butler, Pennsylvania.
And two patients who attended former President Trump's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania remain in critical condition after they were admitted to the hospital last night. No other details have been released at this time, but officials across the nation, including Governor Greg Abbott, have spoken out condemning the actions of the shooter.
What happened yesterday is horrific. It's a sad day in America when we see an assassination attempt. Assassinations, to say the least, are unacceptable.
Local District 27 Representative Michael Cloud took to X Saturday saying, quote, "We will win in this fight against evil," unquote. The U.S. Coast Guard suspended the search for a missing boater in Aransas Pass. At around 5:28 a.m., the Coast Guard received a call about a reported collision between a recreational vessel and a commercial tanker. A total of 4 men were on that boat. 1 man was killed and 2 others were treated for their injuries. And after 44 hours of searching by air and sea, the search for the 4th man has been suspended. The incident happened in the Lydia Ann Channel. And time to talk weather on this Sunday night with meteorologist Trey Mining.
Tell you what, this time last week we were facing a lot of uncertainty about where the hurricane's going to go. Not the case this week. a lot quieter and definitely on the hot side. 89 degrees is the current temperature. Feel like temperature 102 on the outside. Please stay cool with some rain showers around the area, as a matter of fact. See if we can go to the radar and find them right quick. Now we'll go that a little bit later on. High day 92 degrees, low 76 degrees, which is near our normal high and low. And the rain chances, will they continue into next week? That could be a possibility, and maybe even going up. We'll give you the details on that later on in the full forecast. Karina?
Trey, thank you. The city of Seadrift is set to take action on an executive session regarding the suspension of Chief of Police Marie Carrizales. Carrizales is currently on paid administrative leave after her reported suspension on June 25th. The city council will reconvene Monday, July 15th. That's tomorrow, to discuss further action. But questions surrounding her suspension currently remain unclear. More than 700,000 customers are still without power in Texas as of Saturday afternoon. CenterPoint released a statement saying it expects to restore power to roughly 85% of impacted customers by the end of today. It added that crews are continuing to work despite experiencing challenging weather. This comes as Governor Greg Abbott also announced the federal government updated the major disaster declaration for Hurricane Beryl to include 17 Texas counties, making them eligible for FEMA's Individual Assistance Program. And President Joe Biden authorized more federal assistance to disaster survivors in 2 area counties after Hurricane Beryl. Those include survivors in Matagorda and Wharton counties who are uninsured or underinsured. They can register for assistance. Residents and business owners who sustain losses in those 2 county areas can begin applying for assistance by registering online at disasterassistance.gov or by calling 800-621-3362 or by using the FEMA app. The Texas Workforce Commission received federal approval to extend the deadline for disaster unemployment assistance applications relating to the severe weather events that impacted Texas counties between April and June. Calhoun County individuals who may be eligible now have an additional 30 days, that's until August 15th, to apply for assistance under FEMA. Individuals can apply for benefits online through Unemployment Benefit Services or by calling TWC at 800-939-6631. Again, that's 800-939-6631 between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. So here is your viewer poll. The question is, have you applied for disaster assistance? Yes or no? We want to hear from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part, and we're going to have an update tonight at 10. Hotel Blessing, a longtime landmark in the Blessing community in Matagorda County since 1906, was not able to escape the winds and rains of Hurricane Beryl. The hotel suffered roof and water damage in one bedroom on the 2nd floor, leaking down onto the 1st floor cafe. Jetty Pierce, president of the Blessing Historical Foundation, is asking for your help and raising funds to help return this historical landmark back to its former glory.
Wow, yes.
So what happened was in that original storm we had back in the end of May,
Yes.
it had ripped back part of the roof. And
the Hotel Blessing yearly fundraiser will take place next Saturday, July 20th from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. on the grounds of the hotel located at 128 North 10th Street in Blessing. The fundraiser includes a classic car show, auction, a raffle, food, and music. Visit hotelblessing.com for all the details, and for a full tour of the hotel with meteorologist Trey Mining, come to our Crossroads Today YouTube page for that full tour. And workers will reduce Mockingbird Lane next week so crews can finish resurfacing. Drivers will see Mockingbird with 1 lane in each direction between John Stockbauer Drive and Loop 463 next Monday and Tuesday. The construction is part of the 2024 Mill and Overlay project. And stay with us. Coming up on 25 News now at 5:30. A California officer uses a garden hose to stop a house from catching on fire. That shocking video next.
Okay, here we go with some rain showers and storms beginning to fade now as we're looking at the daytime heating. Hallettsville along US 90 alternate toward Puerto Ocampo area and area just south of Sealy. These will be gone next hour or two. More rain headed our way this week. We'll find out in the full forecast.
Las Vegas just broke another heat record. For 7 days straight, the city has experienced temperatures at or above 115 degrees Fahrenheit. And the National Weather Service reports Vegas saw its hottest temperature ever on July 7th at 120 degrees. More than 100 cities from Maine to California have experienced their hottest summers on record this year. At least 37 people have died just in the month of July from the excessive heat. And a house fire almost turns deadly, but thanks to the help of a California officer and garden hose, things took a turn for the best.
On doorbell camera, Fairfield police officer David Neal is caught in an act of kindness.
I was working fireworks patrol, so responding to fire calls and fireworks calls.
July 4th, a fire sparked on Sherwood Court, setting this backyard ablaze.
The winds that night were really strong in Fairfield like they are, and I saw a ton of embers just flying through the air.
Across the street, those embers were landing on the roof of this house. So after realizing no one was home, Officer Neal jumped into action.
There's a garden hose right here. I'll grab a hose and start hosing off their roof.
Fast thinking to stop what he knew could easily start another fire.
Houses burn up so quick. I've seen it, in my career that, I just didn't want that to happen.
With a big thank you.
Of course. I so appreciate it.
Is the homeowner, Deborah Allen.
My house could have gone up and it's very scary.
That night, she was out of town from the home she's lived in for 40 years.
It's very emotional. My husband passed away a few years ago, and all his stuff is in there, and that would have been the most important thing that I would have lost.
She says Neal went well beyond his duty.
He didn't have to do that, but he thought of saving, my house, and you just can't, there's just no words for that.
Her home spared, thanks to an officer in the right place at the right time who simply did the right thing.
I saw a need and just moved to the need and reacted like anybody else would, hopefully.
The state of Colorado is reporting 3 cases of bird flu in poultry workers. The workers are believed to have caught the virus through direct work with infected birds at a commercial egg operation. They experienced only mild symptoms and did not require hospitalization. The CDC is sending a team to Colorado to help investigate the outbreak, and testing will be conducted this weekend to confirm those cases. The CDC says the risk assessment for the general public currently remains low. Now, for more on today's news stories, come to crossroadstoday.com, and don't forget to submit your birthday wishes so Sunrise anchor Carolina Astrain can read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise with Parker Cox, and you can also submit a local military hero so we may recognize them.
Temperatures still on the hot side. Currently, we're in the 90s, low 90s, pretty much area-wide. A little bit of a sea breeze along the immediate coast, keeping those folks in sea drift a little bit cooler. Some remnant thunderstorms near Hallettsville currently. What is the rest of this week cold in store? Increasing rain chances, that's one thing. We'll take a look coming up. Good Sunday evening, everyone. I'll tell you what, looking forward to this week, which will be a lot quieter than this time last week. So definitely looking forward to that. Temperatures coming up by the, well, let's move past, we've already passed the 6 a.m. on your Sunday, and the rest of the afternoon well into the 90s, of course, with heat index value approaching and exceeding 100 in the afternoon. By 10 o'clock this evening will be about 80 degrees, and not falling too much more than that as we go to the overnight hours, probably in the mid to upper 70s for the overnight lows. And then we'll have high temperatures in the 90s again tomorrow. Feel like temperatures about the same time period. Well, 70s early this morning, and 90s to triple digits by the afternoon, of course. You already have experienced that. And we'll be just about a repeat of that coming up for your early morning hours for your Monday, into your afternoon for your Monday as well. So if you're not already, please be prepared for that. It's definitely hot. Drink plenty of water, find some shade. And I'm glad to see that the tropics for the time being are quiet. I think we can all celebrate that. Gulf of Mexico, on the big wide view here. A few little tropical waves there, one near the Lesser Antilles and another one coming off the coast of Africa, not showing any signs of getting any organization going, but we'll keep watching it. High pressure over the northern Atlantic basin, keeping everything on the clear side there. That's the old frontal boundary off the coast of the Canada, Maritimes, and the United States. So nothing to worry about there, of course. We'll keep it quiet for the time being, at least for the next 5 to 7 days. And future clouds and radar, well, the showers we have up there in Hallettsville will be gone in about an hour or so. A quiet condition in the overnight with a few clouds floating around. And a few clouds coming up for your day on your Monday. You see here's the precipitation earlier this afternoon and around the region near Hallettsville. Then it'll begin to die down as you head toward the sunset hour, probably a little bit after that. Mostly cloudy skies in the overnight. Wouldn't be surprised to see an isolated rain shower pop up somewhere in the area coming up for you Monday, but the chances are pretty low. There's a ridge of high pressure over our region, keeping the suppression in the atmosphere, not allowing too much lift. But 1 or 2 storms could break that cap and cause a rain shower or storm around here somewhere tomorrow. But they'll be few and far between at the best. Plan your day for Cuero. We'll have temperatures 9 a.m. 81 degrees, in the 90s by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Triple digit heat index value. Can't rule out an isolated rain shower storm in the afternoon in the daytime heat. And then Port Lavaca, not too bad as well. Temperatures in the 90s for the daytime high. Some morning cloud cover, partly cloudy skies throughout the day. Maybe an isolated rain shower somewhere in the area in Calhoun County. And Victoria as well, about the same. Morning cloud cover, hot and humid throughout the rest of the time period. Isolated daytime shower possible in the area. The chance is pretty small, but definitely going to be hot. That's a 100% chance of heat. That's definitely going to be in our forecast. That'll be, again, for your Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, and a front comes into our region coming up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and stalls over the area. And that means that's the boundary. So that means that it'll increase rain chances by then, which is a good thing. High temperatures in the 90s throughout the forecast period. Low temperatures in the 70s. Try your best to stay cool because it's definitely going to be hot no matter what day, even with cloud cover in around the region coming up for the end of the week time frame. We'll have triple digit heat index values in the afternoon. So you know what you need to do. Drink plenty of water, find some shade. Take frequent breaks every 15 minutes or so if you're outside for 15 minutes or so doing work. So please be careful out there and make it a good one, of course. And let's take a look at this right here if we can. This is the QR code. One way you can stay connected with us is by scanning this code right here. That'll take you to a web page where you can download our app. News, weather, and sports at their fingertips, very easy, convenient, and free of charge to be connected with us and letting you know what's going on in and around the crossroads. Now it's sports time with Ray.
The Victoria Generals looking to sweep at home. And we also hear from Coach Oros coming up in sports. We open this newscast with some sad news for sports. Former Houston and Texans Super Bowl champion Jacoby Jones has died at the age of 40. Jones was drafted by Houston in 2007 out of Lane College. He was a fan favorite, often electrifying fans on punt returns and special teams. When his 5-year tenure ended with the Texans, Jones will go on to the Baltimore for 2012, where he played a pivotal role in helping them win a Super Bowl, both receiving a touchdown and a kickoff return for 108 yards, which still stands for an NFL record to this day. The Generals are on a roll, currently on a 3-game winning streak, trying to bring out the broom for the Gumbo Gators this evening. In last night's 13-5 beatdown of the Gators, the familiar face led the way for the home team was star catcher Paul Perez, who was also the starting catcher for UHV. He was 2 for 4 with a couple of RBIs in the ball game, leading Generals to yet another home victory. The Generals are 14-3 at Riverside, and the guys just love being around each other, love and playing in front of the home crowd.
After our last loss here at home, we had a little team meeting afterwards, and it was a lot of new guys here and trying to teach them the way we do things and really just make sure they're having fun. And we had a long bus trip, which was perfect because you can't get away from everyone. You're on the bus together, you're in the hotel together, you got to be around each other. And when we came back, it was constant chatter the whole way home, and we felt real good about the direction we were heading.
Just go play, have fun, the game we love to play, and when you start doing a job, everyone follows. It's like we used to say, pass the sticks. Everyone does a job, everyone's going to keep doing one. It's going to happen somehow.
Make sure you see them in action tonight at Riverside. The game is expected to start at 7:05. We'll be here on our 10 p.m. newscast with your final update. Game 3 of the Lone Star Series and the final game before the All-Star break between the Astros and the Rangers. And it was Texas starting off the game with a bang. Big 2-run homer give the Rangers the early lead off. Ronald Blanco of Houston cuts the lead in half with a bomb to the Crawford. Boxes from Jake Myers in the 3rd, where the Astros lost the game, however, was in the 5th inning, where they had the bases loaded. Nobody could not scratch a run across. The Rangers take these final series 4-2. And at break, the AL West standings look just like this. Seattle leads the way with 1 game over the Houston Astros. Astros will go into the break with a record of 50-46. The Rangers, able to gain some ground after taking 2 of 3, will enter the break at 46-50 and 5 games behind first place. And to wrap up with some Spurs actions, they made their Summer League debut against the Trailblazers. This game featuring 2 top 7 picks in Donovan Clingan and San Antonio's Stephon Castle. Castle, there you see him, and there's Harrison Barnes, who was recently acquired in a trade. But Clingan, the 7th pick out of UConn, got off to a bad start. He only ended the game with 4 points. But Stephon Castle showing off his point guard skills with this quick assist in transition. Castle with a great debut, ending at 22 points, making him the leading scorer of the game. And that's it for your sports. Karina, back to you.
Thanks, Ray, and stay with us. Coming up, a woman in California celebrates her 110th birthday and the secret to a long life. To experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus, you can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Now, a woman in California just celebrated turning 110 years old. Barbara Holman Robinson was surrounded by friends and family and even got to watch a concert in her honor. She says it's her faith that let her live this long. What a blessing to live to 110 years old.
Tell you what, the things she's seen in her lifetime is just amazing.
She's a historical walking monument at this point.
Very much so. Very much so.
Last name Robinson. I don't know, man. I might have some good luck on my
if
hands.
you go back,
be.
yeah, in the lineage. Well, okay, we were talking earlier. You said Hurricane Beryl dead, gone, forgotten in the past.
That's right. It is out of here. It is no longer a threat to nobody because it is out and completely gone, thankfully. But as you know, moving into August, September, the 75% of the storms formed during those 2 months. So we still got a long way to go. So keep tuned. Take a look at our forecast here. Thankfully, nothing out there to worry about. It's all quiet. It should stay that way for the next 5 days or so. And hot temperatures Monday, Tuesday. Rain chance increasing toward the weekend as the front gets closer to us. And that's definitely a good thing. Still hot though. Highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s. Try your best to stay cool.
Alrighty, thank you, Trey. And thank you for joining us. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Have a great week.